Greetings once more, folks. It's time to continue my tale. Treasure. The one thing all pirates seek. It means funding, power, money, respect, glittering gold, gems, items of art and beauty, things of value. Treasure. It is indeed a curse and a blessing to every pirate. And now treasure is on the minds of our pirates. But there are things to do first, whether they can run off treasure hunting after a legendary treasure. One filled with danger, wonders, and perhaps great wealth. But for now, the call of port comes to them. There's be money to spend, folks to find, things to do. And Port Peril is, of course, the best place to do everything they need and more. So come around, sit down, listen to my tale, as these pirates find themselves returning home again. Back to the place this all started, the place that all of them found themselves being waylaid from when they were all press gangs so long ago. Port Peril. One of you doesn't count because you're half a your other person was the NPC version of you. So don't you sass me, chat there. Nah, I won't. I'm too lazy. There you go. Anyway, welcome Buccaneers of Shackled Sea. If you missed last week, there was some exciting things that happened. The group here ended up helping out around the Tidewater Rock and taking care of a pirate attack. Of course, things didn't go as much as they would have wished. There, of course, was a loss of the head fighter and a bunch of the guards at the Tidewater Rock, who helped defeat Miss Inkskin. They did discover on her body, of course, a treasure map that she has. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Within 24 hours specifically, of course. Mm-hmm. Just a tiny sip. Sus. Sus. So, yes, still nonetheless, I'm ignoring all of that. So yes, you're trying to loot along the way, and I will tell you, you are going to loot. You will manage to run into 3 villages that you can plunder, and 2 ships that you'll be able to take on. As I just finish up the last bit of stuff for those places, give me a second here, and I will do that. As we can kind of finish the reviewing what happened last time. So yeah, so you're on your way to go to Port Peril, where you're going to recruit some more guards for Tidewater Rock, like an elite fighter or something of some kind. Maybe spend some money, and of course, as we were saying here, earn some money along the way. That's a big part of it, is like getting some extra cash that you can use along the way. Mm-hmm. What was your question, Lightning? No, there were no mages for you to drink the blood of and gain their strength. On your ship, sure. Mm-hmm. 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 I was doing extra dice a little bit. Yes. You would have taken slightly less. I mean, honestly. Uh-huh. Probably the fighter died to lightning bolts, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Look, it was very epic, so it's okay. So now there is a loot on the way to port thing. From the villages, you'll get 3 plunder. From the ships, 2 ships, you'll get 5 plunder. You'll also get the following items from the villages: a +1 breastplate, a +1 revolver, a potion of haste, a potion of shield, potion of mirror image, a ring of swimming, a ring of jumping improved, wand of remove disease. I haven't figured out the charges. Wand of scorching ray, robe of useful items, scroll of acid arrow, that's arcane, scroll of speak with dead, that's divine, scroll of fly, that's arcane. From the ships, there will be a +1 light fortification. You can look at this. It's in a handout you all can see. I said there's the uh-huh. I rolled a +1 weapon with a special ability, and I just decided on that one just to make it a revolver rather than a special ability, because I thought that would be more appropriate. The guy probably... I will say, like, there's probably, like, a couple of, like... The same guy probably had a couple of, like, normal, just... flintlock pistols. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. He was venerable. He couldn't use them anymore. Mm-hmm. Sniper goggles. No. But +1 light fortification, mithril chain shirt, +1 keen menace and cutlass, potion of invisibility, greater sniper goggles, braces of armor +3, efficiency quiver, ring of maniacal devices, ring of foe focus, staff of journeys, and a scroll of raised dead. Look. Look, I decided, because again, like, you don't get a lot of, like, loot, I was like, I'll give you 2 major items. And I rolled, and one of them was the sniper's goggles, and the other was a scroll of 5th level, and I rolled divine, and I'm like, raise dead. There you go. It's appropriate. It's a 5th... I mean, I can change what the thing is. I thought cutlass was appropriate to pirates, but, like... If... A cutlass is a rapier, though. Oh, it's more of a scimitar. Fine. There you go. It's a rapier now. I changed it. It's a rapier now, since none of you want to use, like, pirate weapons. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There's a nice hill you're dying on. Mm-hmm. Granted, I made a mistake. Quick, that helped. Mm-hmm. +1 to attack and damage. That's it. I should check that spreadsheet one of these days. Yep. The sniper goggles would be perhaps useful for Quentin. He doesn't do a lot of range attack. Yes, because it does you range sneak attack at any range, meaning that if like you're on another, like if you're shooting like a weapon to another ship, you can just be like sneak attack. He has the magic breastplate which gives him swimming. So someone else that probably swims not as well can take it. Nah. So Quentin is the one with the worst swim, apparently. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give it to Yaalkol. Wow! I just want to see like choo 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 like the parkour jump then just like across something. You have to roll a 15 to use the wand. The odd braces of armor plus 3. You choose someone as a target and you get bonuses against them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, you can normally do it at 30 feet if conditions are met, which the conditions are met are usually that they're flat-footed. Because honestly speaking, flanking is kind of hard at range. There is stuff for doing that. The normal version just allows you to range sneak attack at any ranged. From any distance instead of the normal 30 feet. And when you're making a ranged sneak attack, you get +2 circumstance bonus on each sneak attack damage die, meaning that each of your damage die on sneak attack gets +2. The greater one also gets +2 to attack with ranged sneak attacks. You could be like 200 feet away and be like, sneak attack! When you're at range, you have a better chance of like something like hiding and snipering, or, you know, being in a position where they... Look, you don't have to... Put this. You can have them like up. You can have them up on your forehead or something, and not put them on when you're ready to sniper. You know, cinematically. It's basically like an opening salvo kind of thing anyway, probably for you. Mm-hmm. 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 You could give Yaalkol a bow. He's proficient in them. That's not going to happen, probably. So he could make it easier for him. Yeah, I mean, like, right now it's not very helpful, but, like, when he's, like, 6th level and can do 2 attacks, it makes it easy for him to, like, be able to just draw javelins out and just, like, chuck his javelins at full attack. Mm-hmm. It's got some spells. It's a staff, so like more people can use it. Yes, Umber. It should only fire 1, but it is a touch attack that does 4d6 fire. Yes. It is a lower. It is just the basic level 1. You can. So 30 feet. I think it's 30 feet. Yep. Yep, 30 foot. You ever want to just throw a door out and have a door on a wall? There you go. I have to roll what's on the robe of useful items still. We'll do that later. Maybe on break. Mm-hmm. Rice. There is a shirt slot and a body slot. This is body slot. So if your other thing took... Mm-hmm. Yes, it's body slot. Yes, because armor is a separate slot. You really do. Yep. Staffs are easier to use for people too, keep in mind. I have to look up the full rules for them because it's been a while since I've used a staff. I think, mm-hmm. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. I didn't note that, but it is. Yes. He already has a breastplate. Yeah. Inquisitors are proficient in medium armor, so you can use it. It's just like if you want armor check penalty or not, never worry about that kind of thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure Nat would probably want to take the bracers because then you don't have to worry about arc. Oh yeah, because arcane spell failure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. +1 AC. That's it. And also, because it counts as a masterwork, your armor check penalty is 1 lower. Those are the two things. So it's just a breastplate with 1 less armor check penalty and 1 more base AC, which I think is 7 for breastplate. Mm-hmm. You could give it to, like, an NPC. You could have one of you use it. The thing is, it does have some useful spells on it. You just have to be, like, know that you have them kind of thing. Like, it's got, like, freedom of movement and stuff. And a staff charges every day. So, it, you know... I think, like... No, it's not that charges every day. I think it could be recharged. And I think your cleric could probably recharge it. It would be a UMD check, but it's a UMD check to pretend you have class levels rather than like the use a wand one. So like it doesn't have penalty for failure like the use a wand one, where like if you roll a 1, you can't use it for the day. It's just like you have to trick it into I have levels of a class. Of course, then there could be a second. You have to have knowledge of the spells you're using, basically. AKA. Hey, Freedom of Movement is a spell that is, let me check which classes use it. Yeah, Cleric, Oracle, well, it's not Sorcerer, Wizard, but like, the Cleric, Oracle, Inquisitor, it's all on their spell list. So, like, Momo could use Freedom of Movement from the staff just by picking it up. And there's no even checks, there's just like, Freedom of Movement, there's 2 charges. All of you can, I think almost all of you, most of you can use Endure Elements, so like, even Lightning could charge the staff, because you could use the Endure Elements part of it to charge it. If you have one of the spells, you can charge the staffs. Yeah. It holds 10 charges, each morning when you prepare spells, you can put some charges into it. So some people that can cast those spells can charge it. Like you, yeah, you, yeah, you don't have to have the spell to charge it. You have to be able to cast that spell, and then you can basically charge it with a thing. And because it has a mixture of spells that can do both arcane and divine, it means that all of you can pretty much charge it if you want to. And you could say it's just charged up. But right now it has probably maximum charges, honestly. Oh, actually... Oh. Okay. So I will tell you, you won't be able to charge the staff for now because you have to use the highest level. But you have 10 charges of it for now, and you can always charge it in the future. No, just 4th level spells. Because you're... What level are you now? It's probably going to come up, honestly. Mm-hmm. It's defensive as well. So any of you that wants to have the defensive abilities of Mirror Image, it's a good one to have. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. I haven't rolled. I will let you know. Probably. Yes. You'll know how many charges in. I'll tell you that. I just haven't rolled for it. I got to roll for it. That's the only thing. I'm entertained by this entire thing. Don't worry about it. Sandra can just make a caster level check and use it. No, it includes the diamond. Scrolls include the diamonds. So, yeah. You did already bury the guy. There you go. There's one more thing to show you all, which I'll show you now. I rolled for the useful items. What is it? The robe of useful item, it's like there's magical patches and you tear off a patch and throw it out and it becomes whatever it is. So it's sort of like you rip off a window pouch, hit it on a wall, and a window just appears. Or rip off the door, hit it on a wall, and now there's an iron door there. It's full with saddlebags. A potion of cure serious wounds. Yeah, there's another. Yeah. You have... It doesn't just, like... You have to actually, like, put it onto a wall. That's not... That's not how it works. I mean, after you've placed it in the water and it turns into a boat, you could, like, you know, pick it up and then drop it on them or something. Or I guess you could put it on the ground and have it produce a boat. Like, I guess if you're high up somewhere, you could summon the boat and then push it off, and that would work. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, it returns to hat form, and then you have to get the hat back, because the hat's floating away in the water because your boat gets sunk. It could be now. Honestly, a 500 gold piece of silver coffin. I like that better. Mm-hmm. Port Peril. Mm-hmm. You can carry like 20. The majority... Wait. GM suggestion? You could equip random fighters you're buying for a tower with half-plate. They don't need to move. They are just... They stand around and shoot arrows. Yes, you could have, if you choose to. Sure. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you could probably hire on 20 guards. Like the guard area was pretty like light with the number of guards they had at the tower. I will tell you, it was probably at like quarter capacity, half to quarter capacity, somewhere in between there. You could just make note of it in case something else happens at Tidewater Rock. I can like know that they have that. You know that they. That's fine. Mm-hmm. They don't have people to use it right now, so that'll be what they'll have to do. Yeah, you're going to be like, we need you to guard a location. We're hiring you on. You're not being pirates, you're being guards. Mm-hmm. Let me... There is other stuff here. Mm-hmm. What level? You can get higher than that. Honestly, it's Port Peril. I will tell you, the maximum level you could probably get for a person, according to what I can see here, is level 11. That's the maximum. Mm-hmm. They would be expensive for, like, pirating. For guarding is probably cheaper than pirating. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will need, indeed, 15 diplomacy rolls. Just roll them all. Let me just take a look here at what everything is for the stuff again. It's diplomacy rolls. The DC starts out at 10 base DC. And goes up by 10 per 10% you can go. You're on Metropolis, so you can sell for maximum price normally. So 20 will get you 110%, 30 will get you 120%, and so on and so forth, up to 140% at DC 50. Yep. 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 And 17 and above would be 20% extra. So, 15 D20. Ooh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers at all the way up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 at 10 and 4. So 7 at 10. 7 at 110%, 4 at 120%, and, well, only 4 at 100%. That's... Yeah, you wheeled and dealed for a number of days in Port Peril. Why don't we narrate going into Port Peril, though, too, because I kind of wanted to do that, you know, a little bit. Mm-hmm. We're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. Port Peril is busy. There are ships of all kinds coming in and out of the city. It is, for those of you that have been here, which are most of you, it is effectively on the mainland, but is the de facto capital of the Shackles for good reason. It's kind of on an area that's farther away from a lot of other places of civilization. It acts as a main port of hub for traders and brigands alike. Plenty of merchant ships do come in here, but also many pirate ships. Many pirate ships. Inner sea nation flags are not really welcome because they don't really have protection. It seems like a lot of the merchant ships that come in here are independents. So they don't really fly flags of certain countries. Yeah. The city is ruled by Captain Kerdak Bonefist. A wonderful person. Bonefist. Mm-hmm. There are, of course, a lot of districts in here. For those of you, yeah. The port district is Beggarbriar is the port district. It was the poor district. So it's where a lot of the poor are. Crescent Harbor is, of course, where you're going to be selling your goods. And you will probably be meeting with Harbormaster Sojamin Krateros. This kind of like bald, humorless dwarven man who will have a couple of lackeys that can kind of slimy, skinny, like human lackeys, and a couple of really tough-looking half-orc guards that are with him as he kind of shows up. He'll take the money for how many days were you planning on? You're spending at least a 15. 30 days. He'll charge you. It'll be 300 for a month for docking. Mm-hmm. Eastwind is the most prosperous district, which there's 2 wards of. Mm-hmm. High Eastwind and Low Eastwind. They tend to be the they're kind of like the main personal districts. The Knotworks is within the caverns of the southeast of the city. Lucrehold is, of course, the island off of the main thing where Kerdak Bonefist has his fortress, known as Fort Hazard. It's kind of like there's a lighthouse up on this island, and basically below the lighthouse on this like kind of rocky, craggy island is a fortress. So the lighthouse is like at the top of the fortress, almost like functioning as a lighthouse, but also like a huge tower at the fortress. That's kind of impressive structure. Yeah. There is the Merchant District, where you're probably going to be selling at the port or the Merchant Marina. And there's Scrimshaw is the last district, which I actually can't tell you much about because they don't tell me. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mostly humans, half-elves, and half-orcs. Though it has a large portion of gnomes and halflings too, a decent amount of elves, dwarfs, and 199 other. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I know that there's 43,270 people that live here. Mm-hmm. Of which about a little bit more than 27,000 is human, about 4,000 half-elves, 3.5 thousand half-orcs, 2.6 gnomes, 2.2 halflings, which this actually has the highest halfling, the main halfling settlement in the Inner Sea region. 1.8 thousand elves and 1.3 thousand dwarves. Mm-hmm. It's a chaotic neutral city too, though. If you want to know the government. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and here's the list of how much it would be percentage-wise, and that's out of 1,000. So, you could calculate. I'm just going to assume one of the 110s goes to the crew because it's the last one, basically. On your rolls, on the yeah. So, so 444 would be 12,000. Yes, these are the thousands. So 12,000. Oh no, 13,200 is how much. That's how much money you as PCs are now splitting between you. Well, on the boat too. That's true. Yeah, those are better for the sides. Those are basically if you want to do like a broad side, you do light ballistas. Your ship is either 6 or 12. Let me check the... I know it's at least in the player's guide for sailing ships. I can look that up, portion of it. 20. That's siege weapons, which I'm not worried about right now. Ships. You are a sailing ship, which we can go to in here. Keelboat, longships, raft. That's not you. Sailing ship. Weapons. So you can have 10 on each side. Right now you have, I think, one of the one light catapult. You can have up to, on the front or back, you can have up to 2 light catapults or one of the standard catapults. So you could probably have like 2 light catapults on the front and a standard on the back too, if you want to do it that way. So you just have you have one big one on the back and one small one on the front. Standard has range and more damage is the only thing about it. Especially because in these cases you're going to be doing usually you're doing multiple range increments. So Mm-hmm. You probably want to buy more ammo. You'll probably want at least you'll have to like figure out a number of minimum shots per ballista, minimum shots per catapult. Uh, technically speaking, he can do plenty of upgrades. I'd have to like, let me quickly go into where he's at. I was looking up ammo prices for doing ammo. Okay, good. Generally speaking, he can install most other ship improvements from the player's guide. There will probably be a few that I would say were beyond his ability, but at my discretion, it's basically I can install something. So if there's like something you're looking for, you could have found out about what he has, kind of thing, beforehand. $2,275. 2,000. Yeah, 2,000. And then you could definitely buy ammunition with plenty to spare, and you might have some money for some upgrades too, at Rickety's. I will tell you, magical upgrades are less likely at Rickety's because there's like magical and non-magical some of the upgrades, you know. Mm-hmm. So like if you, I think the only magical one that I definitely could say he probably have is he might be able to get the magically treated sails or something. He might be able to do that one at least. But like magical treated hull, he probably can't do. It doubles their hit points and hardness. And remember, you don't have any standard catapult. You just have light catapult shots. You might, yeah, you might have enough light catapult shots. Honestly, like yeah. I think that it's a specialty ammo that could be used in either of them. $33? 23, sorry, 23. Yes. Because you have 67, you said? 67 would be, to get to be 100, which is what I assume you want to have, would be actually 33. It's probably like at the port. No, it sells a little quiet. I'll try to sell a little bit.
Okay, so we are left with that much for anything else.
And what does that give us in terms of ammunition now? We should have what?
100 shots.
Did you guys hear yourselves?
weapon.
Did you ever hear yourselves on the stream?
I wasn't looking.
I haven't been listening to it. Have you had us muted this entire time?
Oof. Unlucky.
All right, so we just write this one off as the lost episode because it's just a bunch of bookkeeping anyway.
No, I don't ever watch.
That's why, like, you guys were saying you were checking it for me, so I forgot to check it again.
I mean, literally they've missed bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jazzy.
They've missed the most boring.
If you heard it a little bit, it could have been like it was bookkeeping. They like we've switched
arguing over money,
magic items and stuff. Honestly,
as I put it, I'm picturing all our characters huddled, like the officers of the ship. We're all huddled in the cabin, arguing about what upgrades our ship's getting.
You probably have like one of the like a dock like not like the dock master, but like a worker at the docks there, like discussing with them because you're like it's like well, we're gonna buy these ballistas and these catapults and how much ammo should we get for it? He's like jotting stuff down as you're arguing, and like telling you prices and stuff like that. It's I can imagine that's kind of
at some point it's just like, why isn't the captain just doing this?
Because
and then remembered.
Yeah, Cool doesn't say anything. He just sits there.
Yeah.
He just nods agreeingly sometimes.
All right, everything's on the sheet. Everything's on the sheet.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Where's our ammunition show?
How much? So we. All right, I'll put that money on the sheet
10,
as well.
10.
It would be 330 for the ballista shots. That's not expensive, and then 150 for the catapult stones because you're getting 10 of those.
Yeah, we already did the math on that.
Okay.
We could. I feel like the chain shot special. We could have another 10 of those.
They are anti-sale.
That's 500 gold for another 10.
Yeah.
And we haven't even shot one.
Like, also, like, I haven't had you go into, like, actual combats in ship because you haven't had, like, what they would call weapons in order to do that. And we just
rushed between the two catapults. I'd say we could go through that chain shop pretty fast, and we do want enough to make sure that we're ripping down a sail if we need to.
All right, we'll spend 500 more. It's fine.
I do have a few, like more ship-based combats, but I've kind of like put those on hold because you weren't like armed up. Like now, I could probably try to do one of them. We could have like a session where I'm doing one of them. I might do it after Tidewater Rock, like as a something, or after Mancatcher Cove as something in between, books 2 and 3, because I can just do it then also.
Because one thing we could do, if we just rip out somebody's sails, we can easily just position ourselves in a very advantageous position.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. All right, we have 20 more, so I think we're all satisfied with this.
I think so.
Anyone have anything else to say, or forever hold your peace?
I think we already passed that phase when you married the lady at Tidewater Keep.
I have nothing more to add to this conversation. I think the money was relatively well spent.
Yeah.
I concur. That felt pretty good to buy stuff for the ship.
I'm pretty happy.
I have spending cash that's gonna mostly be spent on nothing.
Did we
Things are
want to go on
expensive.
break while we look what to do with our cash if we want to do anything with it?
Why don't we take a break and then we kind of move on. We can tell what's been happening kind of in the interim with your characters over these first 15 days of your 30 days at Port Peril, and then we'll move into the 30 days of actual like role playing and stuff. So for those of you who would are joining us now, or those of you who would watch this when it goes up on YouTube, it's kind of quiet the first hour. I'm probably going to be like, make a note of that or something and like put it,
skip to here's for
I might just like put words over the beginning part of it, like skip to blah 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 to avoid quietness and bookkeeping.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which would be first break. That's actually easy because I can just measure it out as when was first break done. Anyway, so
fair.
Snack, drink, bathroom break. Go ahead and take those. And we'll be back to actually get into some good role-playing, hopefully. We'll see.
Hopefully.
Sure, we're
I'm gonna
unmuted.
close like these billion tabs.
And then, I'll look this up while we're back. Hi, we're back!
Hello.
Wow.
So, welcome back. As I'm looking through a random ancient 3rd edition book for some information because someone asked something while we were on break.
Yeah, we also sold a bunch of miscellaneous items on our ship to get some extra money.
Yeah, there was stuff that people said, we're probably not going to be using this. They gave some of the stuff to the NPCs.
That was in my chest.
Yeah, like none of your NPCs are really like specialization and harpoon.
Oh, yes. How much is it for the hirelings?
Okay, I was thinking about what it would be to hire them on. Initial hiring would probably be for, like... I'm going to assume, like, a long period of time. Probably, like, because it is, like, away. Maybe, like, a year?
Sure.
It's gonna be expensive.
As long as the number is less than, like, double digit, or...
I'm assuming you need a trained hireling for this, right?
Yeah, it's trained hirelings.
As long as it's below 5 digits, okay?
It's 3 silver a day for a trained hireling.
Now time's up by 365 or whatever.
Yeah.
Times 20 people.
Let me do math.
20, and then minus 10%.
Times... How much silver was it per day?
Five?
3?
3?
1 for an untrained, 3 for a trained.
So that's 21,000. That's 22,000 gold or silver.
No, to
So divide out.
Gold.
So that's 2,000. So
2,000 hire them on for a year.
2,190, but assuming there's a discount for.
You can assume it's probably at least half of that because they do get room and board included in that.
Okay, half of that.
So that probably
Better price.
yeah.
And the level 7 dude.
The level 7 dude, he is more expensive. I have to figure out him separately. Let me just check some stuff here.
Do we want to take this off the ship, or do we want to all just pitch in for it?
You can also probably do some negotiations.
We can
Oh,
negotiate
sure.
contracts.
We should roleplay it, talking to them.
Yeah. Like more skilled persons is probably more expensive. Assume that like he might be like, honestly speaking, he might be closer to like a gold a day, even at like as a live-in person, something more like that.
So half of that though, or just a gold a day?
Well, I'm saying including like discounts for being like live-in, room and board. He might be charging like, let's say like 400 is his base. So right now, the base kind of prices that we're looking at is like
1,500.
400 GP for a level 7 dude, which is actually probably not bad, including room and board. And we'll say like 1,100 for 20. Basically level 1 or like warrior trained guards, so put that right there.
I think they'd be technically warrior level 3. That's what a guard is.
Yeah, I think that's the level they were in the book. I can quickly check that. I'm assuming
that's correct.
we're just replacing
the
level that they were.
Are we gonna take this off the ship, or do we want to just all pitching.
I mean, like, yeah,
The ship is probably fine to take it.
They were level
yeah,
2
this is
warriors.
this is kind of what the ship is for.
Mm-hmm.
Ship fund, at least.
Cool. So 32.95 minus 1,600. All right, cool. I've minused it from the ship funds. Boom. Let's go, boys.
Okay, and you'll hire them on. They'll have any of their basic equipment that they already have. You know.
Well, we
so-
tell them they're getting upgrades once they get to
Yeah,
our
they will
base.
take upgrades that they have. It's like, I'm guessing in a city like this, there probably is, even though it's much a less lawful city, probably what you're like recruiting at is probably there's like a like a fighters guild almost, you know, because
Fighters Guild.
so
Fight Club.
You don't talk about it.
more like, you know, probably a place
I
that's a
found
little bit more organized for like for looking for like mercenary types. Probably most people that deal with it hire on Marines, something of the like. Honestly speaking, others might like take jobs that are like guard jobs on some of the lesser fishing boats or something like that. That, you know, those independent ones that are coming into Port Peril and be like, well, maybe we should get a little bit more help just in case some of the people that are eyeing us up, like the hundreds of brigands that are like eyeing us up as we're like hanging out here and doing our business. Probably is like business in Port Peril is high risk, high reward kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming. But anyway, you'll be able to meet with it's probably not like a major building. It's probably like a small, like, honestly, it kind of looks like a bar kind of thing, with like it looks like a couple of floors above there, and you kind of come in there, and you were kind of put this way if you're looking for people, if you're looking for warriors for something. You know, this is like fighters. This is where you're supposed to go. And you know, there's drinking and raucousness, and like some people are arm wrestling and things like that. And you know, you're going in the era of an employer. So like as you kind of like step in to this place, certainly not having the air of a warrior about you. This very tall, built like a, you know, like a truck woman is just gonna kind of stand up and get above her. She's like, you know, probably is wearing like a kind of hide armor with a giant, like, you know, basically a barbarian lady, you know.
Just to be clear, I've probably asked, what do you call it? Misty and Quentin.
Hello, yeah.
I guess y'all cool to come.
Yaalkol is busy with
busy.
something. Yeah.
So I have Misty coming because Misty was a mercenary. We hired her, so she knows what to look for.
That is true.
And Quentin is backup in case things go badly.
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Business or
We got-
new recruits?
business.
Thorg! Got some business! You're gonna kind of see, kind of like, this, large half-orc man at the bar kind of like turn around kind of towards you for a little bit and be like, alright.
You'd think they don't like making money around here.
Just when I sit down to a good drink. You lot! Out of here! He'll kind of go over, like, let's like kind of like just like put his arm across a table, like throwing things to the floor, as like a bunch of the men that are there kind of scurry away, and you know, looks like some people are coming over to like clean up stuff. As then he's kind of like just gonna kind of like drop down his like, you know, his blade on the table, kind of slam down his drink, and just wait for you all to kind of sit down.
I sit down. All right, in
I'll
alpha
also
position.
sit down, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right. Welcome to the guild. Do you need something killed, destroyed, maimed, or do you need something a little bit more productive? kind of like eyeing you over. Base is guarded. Young socialites escorted. We do all kinds of jobs here. I got all kinds of rowdy, rough types.
Oh, I certainly wouldn't say no to a couple of bodyguards.
Well, we are looking for guards. For a base. A landed base.
Ah. Now's the kind of base that you have to worry about sea-based attacks. Or is it the kind of base that you have to worry about other sea-based attacks?
It's a tower.
On the edge of the water. The ocean.
Well, it's on a hill, but like, you know, somehow.
Island.
It's got
Yeah, it's the Shackles. Everything's an island.
Well, it's on a small. You know what I mean? It's on like a smaller island.
Yeah, yeah. It's a tower on an island. It's got siege weapons.
I feel like
We're looking for people to guard it.
I feel like we were just saying what it is.
You know, it's Tidewater Rock.
Yeah, you'd be guarding Tidewater Rock.
Okay. Sounds like
So
a
we're
fancy
looking for-
name.
I don't know who named it. Doesn't really make sense.
Trying to
I mean,
it off of someone.
What are you looking for? Just your standard regiment of soldier types? Your rough and tumbles that are ready for action in other ways?
20 good fighters and then 1 to lead them.
20 good fighters and 1 to lead them.
I need 20. Never mind.
You need to stop.
I
I will remove my peg
It's
leg
right there,
and beat you to
Momo!
death.
It's right
I will
there!
I don't get
remove
it.
my peg leg and hit you.
Fine.
Naughty bonk with a peg leg.
No, it's not naughty bonk. I'll stop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Animal.
I know just the crew.
I have my compatriot here to see if they're up to it.
Yeah, this tiny 5'4" woman covered in guns.
Hey! Is Gregor around?
With a peg leg.
I think he's upstairs. Where? I don't know. I don't keep after him. Someone get Gregor.
Poor Gregor.
Momo, please. There's a dude named Gregor. Come on! I need 20 good men.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait for Gregor.
After some
Invading
time,
anticipation.
a scarred up, hobgoblin man will walk
Oh
down.
shit, a hobgoblin. They're cool.
Yeah.
They're red.
Mm-hmm. Gregor. This is Gregor. Have any qualms about goblinoids? Some folks do. No, Gregor was raised by a orphan. Got most of his family burnt alive. Got all those nifty scars.
Ah, he wrote on the sad and tragic backstory.
No, he took the alternate racial trait, scarred, which
Guard.
gets rid
I
of
gotta say that too.
which gets rid of dark vision in return for natural armor. Because fuck you, natural armor is automatically better than dark vision.
Yeah, it is, usually.
Yeah.
No problem with
gonna look-
hobgoblin.
I'm gonna look
I'll
this-
explain it to the lady at Tidewater.
I'm gonna look this man up and down.
He was an orphan raised in this town. Learned to fight in the streets. Got taught by a wandering swordsman of something. How to fight and how to keep a stiff upper lip, so to say. I do recommend him.
Born on the streets, you said. Raised on the streets.
I need to look at something here. Look at some other things here that I can do. Where is this ability? Yeah.
It's Gregor with 2 R's, even though you wouldn't know that.
Yeah. So like, as I'm getting this I suppose backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look up the spell because I can innately cast something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the spell murder on him.
No, I might like this man. Okay, so who's the one specifically telling
Torg!
Torg? So I'm gonna look at Torg, and I'm gonna innately just cast Discern Lies. So I can do that. Is he lying?
No.
All right. You kind of see Misty kind of like intent. Like,
I will tell you, without any like kind of sense motive, Torg is dumb.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Torg knows two things in life: drinking and fighting. He's probably the strongest fighter in the area around here, and therefore was put in charge of a group of rowdy fighting people.
You know, the best course of action.
And he obviously hates bureaucracy, but is put in charge of bureaucracy because he's in charge.
Ooh, that's real unfortunate for him. Yeah,
That's how it
gonna
is
kind of
sometimes.
see Misty like hardcore stare at this man telling this story. He's not
I look to you for
lying.
confirmation. Okay.
He's not lying.
Oh, you weren't just looking.
Then, Gregor will do.
Excellent. Gregor tends to train those that are a little bit more organized, regimental, and such. Not much for my kind of taste, but, you know, someone's got to get the jobs done. Gregor, you got 20 fine men. Gregor just kind of look there, nod the head once. Great!
I think I'm messing up 5e and Pathfinder again. Do thieves have thieves' cant?
I don't know if that exists in Pathfinder.
There
I don't
is
think it does.
something equivalent to it, but it's not quite the same.
You'd imagine there is some sort of thieves' cant, but it's
Yeah, they don't have it
I
quite
think
the same.
it's a feat in Pathfinder.
Yeah, I think it's not
What?
all of it. No, I think it's like a rogue talent maybe or something. Or
There is
That's
a feat called
massive
Thieves'
waste
Cant,
of
I
rogue
think.
talent. Damn. All right.
But
never
there is
mind.
It's a
also a
feat.
rogue talent for it. That's a third
It is-
party feat.
Oh, okay.
Either way,
It's
that's a
probably a
waste of a
rogue
feat
talent.
and a rogue talent.
Probably a rogue talent.
All right, I
That's
will. not do
absurdly
anything.
silly.
I was gonna, with him being raised on the street, I was gonna do my own little subtle test, but I will not be doing that because I don't know. I don't know thieves' cant. Apparently.
Yeah, it's just not really a thing in Pathfinder, unfortunately.
Well,
ooh,
it seemed like that was handled.
yep.
LD,
But
what is that doing? I want to know.
Hey,
I don't know. Probably looking for a spell.
I found the price for a basic workshop or a fancy workshop.
Ooh, I don't think we need a fancy.
Fancy gives you a +2 circumstance bonus on any appropriate skill checks in that area.
Fancy one might be needed.
How much is it?
2,000 for a fancy, 500 for basic.
That's way cheaper than I thought it was.
Yeah, damn.
I'll chip in some money for you guys. On
Because
that.
I will also be making use of this, I'll pay for half of it.
I mean, I had to talk to not Yaalkol about it.
It would be a.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's assumed to be a specific craft skill, and I would say it would take up.
Craft gun.
Yeah,
Gun.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It would also, I believe, take up one of your cargo space, basically.
It would depend on what Nat would want it for.
You don't need to roll for gun crafting.
No, you don't.
So, spellcraft for magic-y things.
The crew is gonna love this.
So,
Well,
tell
I
me.
talk
I'm-
to the not captain about it.
I'm sitting in the captain's quarters.
The actual captain
Okay,
of the
why
ship.
don't we finish up this one and then we'll worry about the workshop. Okay, so.
I thought we finished up.
Yeah,
here.
Gregor will get his men together, like a regiment of 20 relatively trained men who seem more organized soldiery rather than loose fighters. And we'll head to the ship then, and when you're ready to depart, we'll find out that much. And the discussed prices will be what it will be to hire them on for a year. With caveats to hire them on longer. It does seem that Gregor is much better at contracts than Thorg.
Yeah, like
Okay.
as
but also it doesn't say like one word, just like provides a contract.
Yeah, as someone who is a Marine and deals with contracts, I would look over it to make sure it is of good things. Right? Like
Sure.
beneficial to us.
Honestly, it's probably pretty
Or mutually beneficial.
probably very standard. Honestly,
Right, just to look over it to be like, there's no funny business in this.
yeah. Like Torg probably has like an intelligence of 7. Gregor probably has an intelligence of 12. Gregor also doesn't speak a lot. Strong stoic type.
That's fair.
Tell me he's a samurai. It needs to be true.
He can be now. Though a wandering swordsman taught him his way. That sounds very
That's what
samurai.
I'm saying. That's why it has to be samurai.
I mean, there is this, sea in place over here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And over here.
I mean,
Hopefully
I was
we never
raised
need
by
him.
a wandering samurai, and then I killed him.
Oh, did you really?
Did you eat his blood?
I didn't drink his blood. He wasn't a mage. Old man.
Backstory we never knew about Nat.
That's
That's
actually
actually not just
a murderer.
Final Fantasy here.
Oh, okay. That's more. That makes more sense.
Uh-huh.
You could have still drank his blood.
I didn't want his blood. His blood was filthy.
Blood was old.
So
Yeah.
I think
old.
Fear the
at
old.
some point I've moved into like the captain's quarters
I think,
during this month.
you're just the captain.
You just share a bed with Yaalkol.
Yeah, you just have cuddle.
No, we
time.
have 2 beds.
Yeah,
Just put a
they're on the separate sides of the room.
I mean, you're just like, look.
I guess a small bed.
because
you
the-
are
the-
married, so you can't be sleeping around.
Yeah,
Of course.
The captain's quarters is kind of the place where you probably have like charts and stuff and a lot of like the material. Like, it's probably Yaalkol only has like a small corner of the room. The rest of it's like this is like
just has it just stands in the corner, very confused.
And I'm just in the room half the time. I just act like it's my room at this point.
You're cool. Tries to touch something. No, don't touch that.
At the beginning of this, it was a pretend Yaalkol's captain, but like somewhere in this month of like being here, it's just like I'm like fuck it. All right, I'm not walking back and forth anymore.
so you've also moved in and put like a bed there. Honestly, I can. I might be able to link the Stronghouse Builder's Guide, and we can just say like the different rooms. Some of them would fit for ships, and you can. Normally they're one SS or more SSs. SS is sort of like space in a building. I'm going to say that would take up like a 10-ton area. So you could install like specialized rooms and stuff and special things like that. Some of them would. Things like libraries and stuff could be installed and are useful. But that also depends on everything you want to spend money on and what space you want to take up. And I mean, you could always get more ships in the future too. A lot of stuff like that.
I'm chilling here, and Nat, I guess what? Do you knock on the door or do you walk in?
Nah, Nat just walks in like a Chad.
I'm going to say right now, Yaalkol is asleep in his bed because I'm sure just when he conks out, he just conks out.
Dead to the
He's
world.
snoring.
I go
Yaalkol
over and
has
smother
a
Yaalkol.
bit of an illness.
Wait, is silence a cleric spell?
I think it is.
Yeah,
How long does it
I
last?
get it.
I don't know.
Not last long
No,
enough.
I just grab a pillow and I cast smother on Yaalkol. I look over at
You
Revia
cast-
and I just hold a finger up to my lips.
You cast smother.
I imagine what we do is we've at some point installed like a dampening wall, like a pseudo wall to dampen Yaalkol's loud snores.
Which sound like
We'll
a
get,
dragon roaring or something, because the dragon.
No, we'll get silence, and it's a magical item, and we just throw it on top of him.
Listen, one day, Nat, we will have to do something about this. He can't be in here anymore. I have so much work to do. Yes, sorry. What did you need, my dear?
Speaking of work, I can't do any work without a workshop.
How much is a workshop, Nat? Tell me. Yeah, I'm sure you have the
don't know.
numbers. Oh,
Well,
Fine,
I
alright.
can find out. I'm not a shipwright,
Put some
Come
more
on,
work
let's
this
go.
person's table.
and now he can have an excuse to not be in the room with Yaalkol. I'm
So,
the
me-
captain.
me and Nat then go walk to the shipwright to start discussing.
Installing
process.
specific, installing specific rooms, depending on where you want to kind of install them and the size of them, just tends to be about 500 to 2,000, depending on the quality of the gear in it. Your ship probably has, I'm actually gonna say like probably has the room to install maybe like 2 extra rooms right now that you don't have. Like you could probably convert area to room space without compromising storage, because most of your storage is on the bottom floor, and then like the second floor you can probably like convert some area to rooms. You know, it would be like the long areas at the side of the ship rather than like a square room, you know. So it would be kind of like a almost very corridory. So you'd have kind of like tables on the outer hall, and you know you'd kind of walk between the two of them. It would really be very one person at a time, but it would be made for one person walking through very easily. You'd have to kind of like squeeze through, but not many people working at a time.
I'd prefer it to be in its own room if possible.
Well, I'm saying it would
like
be.
a door?
It would be its own room. It'd be like.
Okay.
But like, only one person can comfortably like fit in there and like work.
Yeah. One or two. One or two, I would say.
Okay.
Hopefully more than one,
Yeah.
because if I need help.
Hey,
Yeah.
it would just be a little close, okay? Hands touching.
Like two would be very easy. Beyond that, it starts getting a little stuffed in there, because again, like you probably can like you know that they've got like those like rooms that are kind of the side of the ship, like on the upper floors. That's kind of what it is. That they'd install in those, and you probably have space for like 2 of these that you could install that you don't have on this ship. Honestly, because you don't even have like a carpenter's room. Honestly, you just have an area that kind of is used.
Hey, look, we're getting there, okay?
But again, like a carpenter's room isn't necessarily 100% used.
Carpenter/doctor room.
Yes, plus doctor. Currently you probably use like the dining area as a triage area if you need something. Honestly, right now.
So now, you're saying this will help you help the ship.
Specifically, without it, I can't do it. I can't
Do
set
what?
up shop in the middle of the barracks and expect to get any work done.
Okay, but like, what are you doing?
I am technically trained as a magical crafter.
Oh. Yes, we will find this endeavor. The ship's mage will become the mage.
I mean,
like my job or
you
something.
did give Nat the job of ship's mage.
Out of game, do you have money, LD, or do you need me to help fund this?
It depends on how much you want to take out of the ship fund, because it's sort of for the ship, but it's also for me.
We'll take 1,000 out of the ship, so we can at least. There's only 1795 in the ship fund.
How much would this room be?
2,000 for the +2 if you want it.
2,000, and you'd have like
okay, I
basically
guess
you'd have like
pay for
masterwork
half.
tools in there. Assume. Yeah.
I guess
Cool.
I'll pay for half.
Sure. You'll pay for half the ship. We'll pay the other half, and then
Okay.
we call it.
So 1,000 for me.
And we'll just note on your ship that one of your 2 possible rooms is then the
Arcane Craft Workshop thing.
Arcane
put it-
Craft Workshop.
I'll put it in the cargo section.
Yeah. As I said, I was thinking about it more. Logically speaking, you should be able to like install 2 of these rooms, okay, without compromising too much of your space. And after that, you would have to compromise more. Granted, you can upgrade a lot of different areas here. Like you have a very, it's not a great galley, like things like that. You know.
More people just come in there, grab their food, and leave.
It's a masterwork arcane workshop is what I'll call it, so we know it's like a better quality one.
Yeah, I'm just going to this. Because that is the...
Okay, cool.
It would be set up in, like, the, I guess, the B8 area along the 2 outer walls there.
You know we can't see that unless you put us on that.
Yeah, we.
Let me
that'll go
move you back to that map, the man's promise map.
I'm looking at this map. I'd probably be
Yeah, sorry. So it'd be like on the outside of the B8 areas. You could probably install like.
We're gonna have to move.
I mean, they can set up in the
so-
middle here. Still.
Somewhere else, I guess.
I mean, it can't be in the middle because you take those grates out to load cargo.
Yeah, like this is important.
I'm gonna just draw a box.
I mean, like this
I
can get
imagine
worked
it's-
out like over here or something.
Maybe it's
Like-
in the front of the ship, like here.
You could.
Sorry.
Well, I think like workshops like on the side here. And you could convert this front area here to like where the Marines are, honestly. You know?
That's kind of what I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, instead of like in the front of the ship where it's like.
Well, the
Yeah.
front of the
There's
ship would
technically
be...
a hatch that goes here.
Yeah. there's
Yeah,
like a
but who
secret door.
cares?
Secret compartment. That's not.
Yeah, but this is fine.
I mean,
like,
the hatch technically goes up to like the officers' quarters, so I mean, like that's not. You really don't get a lot of traffic from that since most people take the stairs.
This space, anyways.
Yeah.
Honestly, like my Marines are probably set up over here.
Yeah.
This space.
Fine. I'll
Cool.
take this
Cool.
banishment corner.
This is probably where Floof is set up to do doctoring and shit.
Mm-hmm. Not a very proper area, but set up there. So you'll kind of set up on the other wall.
Works.
And
Yeah.
this is Yaalkol's new bedroom.
Where's your close to bedroom?
The
V7.
time V7.
Yeah, that's there.
You just stuff him in a closet.
A bed can fit in there.
Uh-huh.
He can fit there.
We'll build a bed in that room.
We'll build a super comfortable bed. It has like it's aura dampening around it, so it's basically
Yeah,
acts
we'll
like
put a bunch of curtains up
it
in
it,
there.
it acts like the foam the streamers and stuff put on their walls to dampen sounds.
No, you just get heavy curtains in there.
True. All right.
What do these curtains do? You know, they make it warmer.
They don't.
They
do
make
anything.
they make it fancy.
Yeah,
You want a
it's
fancy
warm.
bedroom, right? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez, I just saw that discern lies. I'm like, what? You're discerning if I'm lying about the
No,
workshop?
no. I mean, I can discern if you're lying too, if you want.
Now we should do personal stuff in Port Peril if there's anything else, right?
You can do anything personal in Port Peril, anything more you can do. It sounds like you've recruited your soldiers, so it's Gregor and his trained guards. You're building an arcane workshop for Nat. You've gotten some weapons for your ship. You cleared out your plunder, so your hold is relatively empty.
I want to buy a scroll.
Okay.
Rules.
What level
Second level
spell?
scroll.
Knock yourself out. Unless it's like a
Cool.
really weird, like racial spell, you can
No,
find it.
it's Masterwork Transformation.
That you can find.
That's a good spell.
I don't know how much it costs. I'd have to look that thing up. I
What
know
level
it
is
costs me-
Second level.
It's level 2.
Then it's like
Level
I think
2 arcane.
150
100 gold?
or 200?
150, I think.
I think
Wait, no.
could be cheaper.
No, you're wizard, right?
Yeah.
I'm wizard.
150.
150.
Sure.
Alright, I have to get math out.
I had to remember too because I think a potion is twice the cost, and I was like, I think a second level's 300.
So
Potion
I
anybody can use.
have two things I want to do.
Okay.
One, I'm gonna spend 100 gold
Mhm.
on a tattoo, the inverse of my right hand, which is the holy symbol of Besmar, and I'm going to get an unholy symbol of Besmar on my left hand, so I may cast evil spells.
Ooh.
I think that still works, because...
Because holy symbols can only cast good spells
Mm.
or neutral. So for evil spells, I need an unholy symbol.
Ooh. So you're going both. You have like the tattoos on each of your hands then.
Yeah, one's an inverse. I assume it's like an inverse, the Jolly Roger, basically. This right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an inverse version of it. So now I have two hands. So as long as I have one hand, I can cast spells.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to visit my parents because they live in here. They live here.
Aw.
Sure. I cannot recall anything about your backstory and your parents off the top of my head.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I have good parents. You know, I almost drowned one day, but that doesn't matter. That's why I'm blessed by Besmar.
Mm-hmm.
She marked me for greatness.
Mm-hmm.
She marked
I
my.
now
So,
have questions.
I didn't tattoo my right hand. My hand was marked by a sea storm. As my trade is Besmar's blessing. I spent gold on it.
I totally didn't get a tattoo, you know, in my youth.
Definitely not a tattoo.
Oh,
I just fit into the backstory.
I can also open up this map of Port
Okay,
Peril.
map of Port Peril.
Yeah. There's nothing marked on it, but that's totally Port Peril. And you actually can see where that fortress is on here. Let me put this
cool.
to here so people can see it. We're not in the right spots because I didn't adjust this map one because I didn't know if I would need to. So we're in wrong spots because we don't have a Erik here. But yes,
Oh, no.
here's the Oh, I can't click that one. Anyway,
Been in the wrong spots this whole time.
I mean, I switched it out on this one.
We've already had, like, some tech issues. It's fine. We're professionals.
Look, I planned for it on this, on the main Buccaneers of Shackled Sea one. I didn't plan for it on the map one. I thought about it earlier, and I could have done something about it, but honestly, we don't really need the map one, except for, like, showing that off briefly, so I was just like, screw it, I'm lazy. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways,
so, alright, yeah. You can meet with your parents. I'm assuming they will be good to... They'll think it's good to see you. I'm going to assume that your mother dotes on you. Because you almost died by drowning and got a weird marking on your hand.
Well, that happened when I was like 8. Okay.
I'm sorry, your mother's overprotective then.
I know. So what happened was I got taken away by a cleric of Gazra to go like learn that shit, but like, fuck Gazra, okay? And I escaped.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm a priest of Besmara.
Mm-hmm. You know, she's like, you should, you know, you got all that fancy magic. You have to contact her at some point in time, more often.
I give her 300 gold.
Okay.
I just have a pouch. I'm like, here you go.
She'll be a little confused, but she'll accept it and be like,
You know, like I look like a pirate. I have Besmara's hat on.
Yes.
The tricorn.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have gloves on, so my holy symbols aren't showing. But, I got sick armor, a really cool new rapier. Like, I got a cloak,
I just get the feeling that your father would be like the stoic one and be like, figured you go into the town business. Most kids do.
I've made more money than you probably have in your life, Father. I'm sorry.
Probably. Dangerous work.
accepted as
That money should set you good, okay?
There's more money than a commoner ever sees in their life.
Just keep safe. Just keep safe.
I haven't died yet. Listen, I got a giant dragon. He's the captain. Big air quotes.
Manipulating someone from behind the scenes in order to be the one in charge, but really, not have to do as much work.
No, I do all the work.
I get you. But the first one to be struck first by arrows or bullets or magic spells. Yes.
Yeah, that's him.
Good on you. I don't know what voice I'm doing for this guy.
You're doing a gruff, grim, but he's probably like a carpenter.
He's probably a carpenter.
Look, he just really likes his whiskey and his cigars, right?
He smokes a lot of cigarettes, right?
His throat's done
No,
seen
not
better
that
days.
I just gave them enough money to live like the rest of their lives for like ever.
Well, until they die.
Yeah.
It's not forever.
Live the rest of their lives. Like
Until,
enough
like-
money to last
Yeah.
the rest of their lives. Sorry, I said it wrong.
There you go.
Huh. Fuck you, Momo, okay? That's all I gotta say.
Your mom would be like, "Nah, we can get that fancy new bed I was thinking about."
I take out 50 more gold.
It's got a dampening enchantment.
I hand her
God.
50 more gold. I'm like, I know Dad won't let you buy it.
Mhm.
So, there you go. Spent 350 bucks on my parents, okay?
Acceptable.
Don't say I don't like my parents.
I mean, they'll have a fancy new bed. You know, maybe it'll help rekindle the passion in their marriage, and you'll have another sibling when you return or something. I don't know. It hasn't been that long. You're what, like, how old is your character?
I'm 20.
Yeah, they could still have passion in their marriage. Who knows? I don't know if you have siblings.
I'm a half elf.
Marriage isn't dead yet.
Yeah, I probably have siblings.
You're half of. I guess is your father human and your mother the elf then, or do you
I have-
Be half elves.
or are you half elves? Having half elves.
Let me find our DM stances where I have the file that I sent you that has this written in the back.
I honestly have just forgotten.
Tantus reads
Oh, I checked it over, but like honestly, I forgot because I didn't know when it would come up again.
I
You
have.
don't give Tantus a simple backstory that is just I have
It's
a
like
hot wife and a lot of
a-
children.
It's
There's nothing
actually
to
like
do.
it's like 60 words.
Which is fine. I'm just saying.
To be fair, it did come out of nowhere.
I
It wasn't like
forgot.
a-
I gave this to Tantus months ago.
No,
Exactly.
It's been like 8 sessions.
To be
Sorry, it's
fair.
been 18 sessions.
Yeah.
And this is like it's
To
just
be
like,
fair.
oh yeah, I'm gonna go see my parents.
It's like, oh
Yeah,
crap!
no,
I forgot
I
they
don't
were.
care.
My words are my exact response to you. I have to go see your parents. Are like, crap! I forgot you had them here.
Fuck, I forgot you had parents.
Damn it.
I have a human mother and a elven father.
Okay, so yeah, he's stoic
He's
elven
one
type.
rough sounding elf.
You smoked
He's
a
had a
lot.
long, hard 300 years of life or something.
Yeah.
This is what living in the shackles for a couple hundred years will do to you.
Just
You
eat
end up
Scrabble.
sounding like this.
Maybe he's like maybe he's like
No,
a little,
he's just doing a voice.
he's just
trying to
doing a
sound
voice. He might be, like, maybe we're just saying like he's like an old he's a bit older in the elf years. Maybe he's like 500 years, you know.
Or he's just trying,
Man.
That'd be
Or
very
you-
old.
or he's just trying not to cry. All right, I haven't been here since like
Trying not to cry.
I haven't been here for like 12 years.
You
All
got
right,
killed.
Oh, by the way, Mom and Dad, I got abducted. So
Yeah,
you guys
kidnapped.
chained into
So-
slavery.
No, I came back to Port Peril to go see my parents after escaping, and then I got kidnapped before I got to see them. So it's pretty rough on the timing scale.
Double cap.
Oof, dude.
All right.
So yeah, I hang out with him for a couple days, and I tell them the story of how I got kidnapped by some really fucking terrible people, but I came to visit you after I escaped that Gosler place.
I'll be honest, I completely forgot that this is where we started off.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
well, most of you started.
You're from here too, Quentin.
I am from here. Fuck.
You have
You are
family?
from here.
Are you gonna visit your mom and dad?
Yeah, you gotta come visit your mom and dad, Quentin?
I mean, that'd be a little tricky, but I could visit my adoptive family. Never mind, not getting into that.
I'm pretty
There's
sure.
Lovely ladies, whole group of lovely ladies, great family.
Hmm.
Oh yes, it's lovely.
Oh god, you have that backstory? I forget these things. My god, I
I'll go
forget so
meet,
much stuff.
Quentin's parents.
Mm-hmm. Are all of Quentin's parents? Do they work at a certain location? That
Just because they work together and they're all co-workers at the same time, look,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
they're supportive of each other.
and,
All right?
there's a lot of visitors to the location.
Not some kind of temple.
They're very, they're very pious in their own way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I look forward to seeing the 17 voices Tantus does for them.
I'm just gonna do one for one of them, and we'll call it a day. If I can do that. Oh, hon, it's so good to see you again.
Why is
One
everyone
of them's a Southern Belle.
How you doing,
Everyone in
all?
the Shackles is Southern for some reason.
Apparently.
Under Tantus impressions.
Should I get the create treasure map? Create the treasure
Yes.
map off of a creature's corpse?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a carrion map or whatever. That's a good one.
I love it.
Just go full evil.
Oh, it's so bad.
He's like you. You
It's
just
really
like
bad, yeah.
carve a piece of skin off someone and
Actually
cast the spell.
terrible.
And like
Oh,
you're like,
it's
show me a
sorry,
map to
man.
their greatest treasure.
Jesus.
It's technically not evil. It's just
Probably
horrible.
not, but it's
Morally
awful.
gray. Alright, yeah.
I mean,
That's
you
fair.
kill them before you make them into a map. Is the only thing I have to say.
I also have to know them, technically.
Teach me your secrets, so I may carve you into a map.
Ugh.
We can just torture them to get the information, so we know them, and then we make the map out of them. Alright, that's bad. I didn't say that.
character's okay
I didn't
with
say
that.
that. I didn't say that. Okay.
Are you just
I'm going
becoming?
home.
You're all becoming more serial killery
No,
as we go.
there's a contract that there's some stipulations if those are broken. I get to shoot you.
Listen, there's gonna be a great fight between
You
Besmar's
better-
chosens.
You better not become a heretic now.
Listen, I am a Warpriest of Besmar. Okay, I'm just as much as a religious devout follower as you.
You're supposed to just shake your head then, like, sure, yeah, devout follower.
Well, I am though.
Hides unholy symbol.
No, but she's not a good god.
Yeah, she's a neutral goddess, so she does technically have a holy.
So unholy
and a
symbols
holy.
are useful weapons for those of Besmari's ilk.
Yeah, there are certainly those that go onto the more evil versions of Besmar's followers, and those that are more chaotic good too.
Does this imply that Besmar's followers would fight amongst themselves?
They very well could.
Fine.
Neutral
Yeah,
deities
yeah,
can.
probably.
Neutral
They're
deities can exactly have that. Because you can be one step away. Like there could be, if you're a lawful neutral deity, you can have lawful good and lawful evil followers.
Yeah.
Chaotic good and chaotic evil fight often too.
Yeah, and so they all fight often. Honestly,
Well, I got both for a reason. I'm the chaotic neutral follower, and I just want to use all the powers.
I mean, like, you could, like, follow Gozworth and not have to really worry about it, because they can have lawful neutral, chaotic neutral, neutral good, neutral evil followers. So then we're really getting into a mess of people that are, like, worshipping the true neutral deity.
This sure sounds like somebody's Zeech.
But...
Good memes. I just need to see the spell list to see what alert spells I get now, because I have the evil descriptor available to me.
So, doing anything else, Revia? Or we can move on to Quentin then, certainly.
Move on past me. I'm done. I gave my parents way more money than I should have.
I think Momo has some ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find this idiot named Quentin.
Oh,
Oh, that's hot. Wait, what?
okay. Well, that's happening then.
I'm gonna go find this dumb idiot named Quentin.
Mm-hmm. Easily found.
I don't know where's Quentin at.
Yeah, you find him somewhere. I'm not sure when this takes place, so you find him somewhere. Probably like one of the times we're all on the boat or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, good luck finding somebody in Port Peril, especially a
True.
sneaky person in Port Peril.
So I'm gonna like walk in and kind of like lean against the wall. Do you want to have that conversation properly now? You know,
what
the
conversation?
one you really fucked up.
The one that never happened because, sudden somebody, kind of ran across a ship and cut a rope and saved somebody, and then we both agreed that something never happens.
Mhm.
I'm not getting out of that, am I?
No.
Right, alright. Yeah, it's fine. Introductions round 2? I don't really know what we're supposed to do with this.
An
Do you have
apology
any
would
ideas?
start.
Really, we're going to go that route. I am sorry for making an ass of myself.
I accept your apology.
Oh, that was way easier than I thought it would be.
Honestly, I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to see you grovel.
Oh, fuck you. What was that?
Oh,
What was that
don't mind
sound?
me.
Oh, he's here. God damn it.
What?
The fucking dwarf is here.
I didn't even know you were over there. Are you just getting drunk in the corner?
He's a Gloomstalker. He was invisible.
He's,
Shut up! I've never been visible in that game.
He's-
Momo puts dim light everywhere.
He's a feral hunter. He probably has, like, really high level stealth for a dwarf. So he just shows up at places and hangs out.
yeah, he just shows up at times, you know?
Look,
Right,
He
Weird.
also probably has, like, a problem with just watching people or something.
Yeah, he's a little weird, you know? Dwarf.
your weird What are they exactly to you? I know you're technically the boss, but like your underling.
He's a dear friend.
Saved my life more than once. I owe that one a debt.
And that's why you wander around hiding in corners, observing her.
No, I observe
were you-
everybody.
He's a good source of information.
Aye,
He told me a lot about your crew.
aye.
Jesus, he's better at this than I am. Regardless, I'm pretty
No,
sure that
just no one pays attention to a dwarf.
until they hear the.
Well, you were getting to the good part, and honestly, as much as I enjoy this entire thing, I think it's a good life lesson, and it just reminded me of myself in my youth. I, too, was once a,
Oh my god.
Quentin's
I
gonna
guess you
look
could say,
at-
a ladies' man.
Quentin's gonna look at Misty. Is there nothing he could be doing? I'm sure I could find something for him. Maybe Kroop needs some help. Yeah, I believe Kroop could use some assistance. I don't know, drinking
I had
rum
to
supplies
beat
dry.
them off with a stick.
Oh.
The amount of women that were coming for me. Nice dwarven women.
Do they have beards?
No, don't be silly.
That's a
Some of them
horrible
do.
stereotype. Only a few of them do.
Yes. And they're very fine beards too. They're not like our big bushy beards. It's a different kind of beard.
I don't want to know any more than that. Just going to leave that one right there. Anyway.
I thought of a comment and I decided not to make.
Yeah, I knew what that potential comment was, and I headed it off right quick.
I thought to myself, no, we don't have to go that far with this.
Regardless, I'm pretty sure that other conversations long invalid at this point. Given your promotion to officer, congratulations, by the way. I'm pretty sure I was out when that happened.
You were a bit unconscious. You missed a few interesting things. You missed. Well, let's just say your captain has a very lovely way with words.
Oh, you've discovered that, have you? Yes, a real charismatic individual he is. Did he insult your mother?
No. He tried to make me a ship's mage. I'm not a mage.
Wait, what? Even for him, that's
He's
new.
not the brightest lad on this ship.
No, there's a reason Revia does most of the actual work around here.
I figured Revia's the actual captain.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, for the most part, yeah. It just makes things run easier when somebody who knows what they're doing is in charge. Or at least somebody who's, making an effort to try and know what they're doing. Given that we're all fairly new to this.
You are, I can tell, but you have plenty of experienced people to help you along the way.
Oh, yeah, I should go.
You should, yes.
Like, 5 minutes ago. At least some of us are good at some things, like... Although technically a dwarf apparently has me beat and being sneaky there. I'm at least fairly good at killing things, although...
That fox fellow is also pretty sneaky.
He can be when he wants to be. He's also good at a great many other things, I'll have you know.
I don't want to know about these things.
Are you sure? I can tell you so many stories.
Believe me when I tell you the
He's so
dwarf has
lovely
what?
and fluffy and warm. No reaction? Not
my type.
Fair, I can understand that, but you're really missing out. Not with him, you can't have him. Besides, I think you're already busy with somebody else. He's mine. Sort of. It's complicated.
Right, okay.
This is way off topic at this point. Look, you're doing a lot better. It's funny, for all my way with words, it's a lot more difficult when I'm kind of dealing with consequences of my own actions.
Yeah, I hear people have to deal with those often.
I know, it's so inconvenient, Why can't we just let bygones be bygones? Never happened.
Well, I'm here to tell you
Mm.
that your conversation is forgotten. Honestly, didn't really care. However, I enjoy watching men grovel in big, so...
I did not grovel. You asked for an apology, and I gave you one.
Anyways,
Uh-huh.
we're in ports. With fresh start. Let's go get some drinks.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
I know a very good place that serves tea. I know a good spa.
I probably know a better spa, although you'll have to forgive some of the other company there. It is where I gained all my training, as it were, although I had not had the chance to use much of it. And I'm sure the parents will be happy to see you. Not for any... Look, don't think too much into that, alright?
You just get like a raised eyebrow.
It'll be worth it, trust me. Odds are I'll probably get a discount as well.
Fair enough.
Sweet. Let's get off this blasted ship.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna have a day out.
Yeah. Just spend some time. It's gonna be nice.
Including visiting a certain location Quentin grew up in. That we don't have to RP any of that. Because that would get awkward.
Oh, believe me, the dwarf has seen worse on this.
Yeah, but Quentin doesn't feel like being embarrassed by his very loving family who are also... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm sure walking into this place with a 32-year-old woman won't get you any looks. With a peg leg as well.
Yep.
Probably not. Anyway. Okay. So... Nat, are you doing anything else?
Well, I failed to scribe a scroll. When would I have bought that scroll? It matters.
You could probably bought it originally, because honestly, you probably wouldn't have been doing much to help sell things right away.
It wasn't expensive. I think it's a week before you can try again.
And you've done 2 rolls, so you have 2 more, we could say, before you leave.
I have done 1 roll.
Oh, you've done 1 roll?
Yep. I can only fail by rolling a 1, and I rolled a 1. That's twice now.
Wow. That is,
Yeah. Let's see, can I not roll a 1? Hey!
You did not roll a 1.
At least it's not 5e where the scroll would
Yeah,
disintegrate.
the scroll just disintegrates for
Yeah,
some fucking reason.
At least I still have the scroll. I don't know if I have to also pay to scribe.
You have to pay again.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have that at least.
Mm-hmm.
You lose the material costs, but you don't lose the scroll itself.
Yeah,
This
it's
one doesn't have any material costs.
it's the the ink costs to scribe it. I think
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah. I have this. I copied it to my sheet.
Ah.
Shit.
So yeah, you would have lost what
Costs 40 gold.
40 gold. It's
That's
a bit.
like nothing.
Yeah, it's not too expensive, fortunately. Doing that to like a level 9 spell, that would have been terrible because you're like, that's just.
Well, but 810
You
gold
don't
at
use
level
ink.
7.
Yeah, that's true. By that
Basically,
time,
I failed to understand it is what the role is.
yeah.
It's like I'm reading it and I'm like, I don't understand, and you don't lose anything. Literally, you just.
I thought you
lose
have to
time.
spend the ink costs.
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it basically is you're trying to decipher it and copy it over, and that's what the spellcraft roll is. So if you fail that, you just don't do anything. You're just like, okay, I'll have to try this later.
My
Why
brain.
a week? I don't know.
You gotta like clear your head. I respect it. Listen, in real life, alright, when you're studying for something, having a week off of studying it really does help.
Find that thing again. So that's a week later for me. I was looking at spells. I don't really see anything else that's super great.
Okay. Cool.
Well,
Alright.
Do
So.
they have any gun blueprints here specifically?
Huh.
'Cause I know we talked about them being slightly special.
Yeah. Honestly, what you can find out is they probably have a gunsmith here who might have blueprints. You would have to negotiate with them in order to gain the blueprints, or have one of your fellow players negotiate for you, or something like if you don't want to.
I can't negotiate, and depending on what price it is, we might not be able to afford it. The actual parts to build them is very expensive.
Well, that's just for the blueprint, I assume.
This is mostly for
Yeah.
learning how to do it.
Yeah.
you want to ask a certain friend of yours that's really good at talking to people?
Probably eventually. Right now, I'm trying to copy a spell.
Honestly, what you could probably do, which I would allow, is what if you want to do is, you probably have a couple of weeks. If you want, you could apprentice yourself to one of them, and I would give you. Do you want an advanced firearm blueprint?
Basically, yeah, like a rifle or something.
Sure. You could learn. Probably the basic rifle, I assume.
Yeah, it's like I don't technically need the other one.
Yeah. I had to look up advanced firearms. Just give me a second to
Because
look up.
had the page open. It's still open technically.
Firearms. Blah 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 blah. Where's the list
like the
for this?
pepper box version is like the end goal, but because no, I guess I don't know. Eventually I will have 2 attacks, and even with like swift action reloading, I think that would break up the attack, which would mean I can only ever attack once.
You can get with rapid reload down to a free action technically.
But isn't it part of the main attack? I can't break up the attack.
With free actions, you can interspice it. They basically can get down to things like things like a crossbowman can get down to, because that usually takes a lot of actions to reload, like things like heavy crossbow. They can get down to it that they can fire like their full base attack bonus with like the things like that. I think if you're like the crossbowman class, you make it slower and then rapid reload and stuff like that. You know, things like that. And as you level up, it becomes more rapid. You can learn rifle. Not the pepper box rifle, but like you
That's fine.
it'd be like the first step on learning that one. So we can say that you spend a couple of weeks basically apprenticing a little bit under that person. Maybe like applying a little bit of your trade as a gun crafter, and also like
I can craft guns and bullets and also a chemical bullet.
Yeah.
Because I have craft a chemical.
Yeah. So it's sort of like you're learning from someone who is obviously just a little better at you than you at it.
I beg to differ. I'm amazing.
What's your bonus to crafting?
A 10.
They might have more than that. Like a like I feel like a 6th level expert or something. Because probably
they have more than 10.
Yeah. Who probably has like skill focused like craft guns or something. You know. Honestly.
This is specifically alchemy.
But
because I don't have to make checks to craft guns. I just don't.
Well, I mean, like whatever. There's technically crafting skills related to it or something like that, you know. But yes, you as a gunsmith that have taken the feat and stuff don't have to, or stuff like that. I think.
Yeah, I basically by being a gunslinger, I don't have to make checks.
I think there's the gunsmith feat that people can just take to not make checks to. They make it easy, but you know.
Yeah, it's basically a feat. I just get it for free.
Yeah. Regardless, you know.
My craft is specifically alchemy.
Yeah. You apply some trade. You'll learn a bit more secrets, techniques, and stuff that you do.
On the boat very much.
Didn't know. Yeah. Quentin, Misty, doing anything else? We're kind of like moving forward here. Or 2 of you feel like you're done. Stuff here.
Umber, want to do anything?
Sure.
Okay. What else you want to do?
So great. Wait, Momo, were you asking because like?
No,
anything?
Like if you want to do anything, I'll go after you and shit, right? Because you haven't really got a chance to say you want to do anything yet.
Yes, but no. We'll pass.
Okay. Misty?
Okay. Mostly gonna do some shopping and things, and this is a big city.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try my luck with finding a blacksmith who can make me a star knife.
Honestly speaking, if you're just looking for a normal star knife, you can probably find one in town here.
Oh shit.
It's a big enough city. There's probably like a couple of different blacksmiths at least, you know. Maybe even like the merchant district is a big district. There's probably like, you know, a lot of goods in there. There's probably like a couple of weapon shops with a city this size. Especially because, again, in a city this size, that's a pirate city this size.
True.
The amount of weapon shops and weapons that come through here, probably a lot. So probably finding a star knife might take you a little bit, may take you a better chunk of a day, but you can do it.
I'd like to purchase a star knife.
Sure. You could even, like, if you wanted to do something and, like, look into a masterwork one, they probably don't have that, but you could probably find out who made this knife And if you wanted to, you could probably you could commission that for this month.
I would commission that because we're gonna be here for a bit.
Yeah, you could commission a masterwork from the person that made it.
Man, it's too bad you don't know about a wizard.
I would also like to, because I have a bladed scarf already.
Mm-hmm.
Could I go to someone and have them make me another one, but masterwork? I already have an example of one.
I can say the same blacksmith you went to before probably knows about that kind of things. Probably he's like, I'm gonna say he's a blacksmith that originally came from farther north, probably up like the regions around like Ustalav and stuff, and then moved down
Perhaps
here.
the place north called Varisia, where a certain group of people are from.
Yeah, so has experience with Varisian weapons and stuff, certainly, and other weapons in that region. There's a couple other countries in that area that they could have been from.
Yeah, like Chelix has a significant Parisian population and shit as well.
Yeah. So there's plenty of places. He was from one of them. Learned those things. Certainly could easily get both of you from, and within that time period. I assume it would take him less than a week technically, because
I'll look at the prices for these things.
I know masterwork increases the time, but I don't.
300 is the price, and I think it does increase the time. Yeah.
A skilled smith can do it in a couple of days.
Yeah. So it's 300 increase for masterwork weapon, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Make something. Find out silver pieces. So 3,000 silver pieces approximately.
I also want to look at some special materials, maybe. What's a common material that would be in the shackles that's a little bit more special than steel and shit?
Ooh, common metal, an uncommon metal, you mean?
Like an uncommon metal.
Ooh. Let me check the special materials and just see if there's something that. I mean, like, there's probably a small amount of mithril around the area. I don't think that would be necessarily be the most common. Probably some adamantine floats around the area.
Make a mithril weapon. That's a waste.
They kind of are.
But mithril weapons?
Yeah.
Mithril weapons are a waste.
Make a mithril greatsword.
Fucking imagine.
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Man, if you make 2 mithril greatswords, you should really dual them.
Adamantine weapon would cost a little too much.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the other metals that are on the list. Probably cold iron would be something you could do. Certainly.
Where's cold iron? Well, it's alphabetical. I should know where cold iron is.
Under the W section?
Almost an idiot.
It's just twice as much to cost to make something out of cold iron.
Iron cold. Yeah. I don't know how much this would come up, but like, no, it might. Potentially.
There is another scroll I need to buy.
Where is this under the list? I need to look.
Cold iron specifically is for Fae and demons.
That body won't come up very often.
Which I don't think that's going to come up very often, I'll be honest.
Not very. But, you know, it could. I need to go...
Yes. I think this is a level 1 spell. I'm assuming I could buy that relatively easily. Magic weapon.
Probably lower level than that. I'd probably say around that for you. Let's see here. What kind of bonus can you get?
There's like nothing.
Okay.
Swap in here, then I'll just get a standard.
I'm just gonna roll something here.
Adamantine would be the ideal, but I don't have the money for that. Well, technically I do, but that's all of my money.
Not worth it.
It's exotic, so... 25 times 18... 50. And... Oh, here it is. Masterwork items. To create a Masterwork item, you create the Masterwork components as their separate item for standard. A Masterwork has its own price. The cost you pay for the Masterwork component is 1/3 of the given amount, just as the cost in raw materials. Freaking. I'll just say they can get it done in time. I honestly don't want to try to calculate this. They can get a couple Masterwork things done.
Yeah, I'll just buy them at both Masterwork.
Yeah, I'm trying to like figure it out here and like see. Like I'm just like it just hurts my brain.
We can assume if this is like a highly skilled craftsman, that they will do it in a couple days, right? These aren't in the.
The Masterwork throws it off the game. Like, the normal weapon, they could probably do in, like, a day, honestly. But, like, the Masterwork, like, that, like... Because it's, like, I don't know if I'm actually going it by the 300 or if I'm not, you know? And it kind of...
You do go by the final cost. And then you do it by silver cost. And then the way you do check it is that you multiply their check by the DC if they beat the DC. And that is how many silver pieces they complete in a day.
Yeah,
roll it every single
I will
day.
tell you, that is not much, actually, overall.
The DC is like 15.
It's 18 for an exotic.
Oh, 18.
Yeah.
Masterwork on top of that?
I think it's 150 for a sword.
It's
A weapon.
300 for a weapon.
Yeah. 300 is the Masterwork cost.
So it's 3,000 silver.
Yeah, that's why that's hard to do. It's 3,000 silver. That's why, like, when you say... Let me put it this way. Making, like, 500 silver in a week is, like, a hard thing to do. Worth of crafting.
No, it's not.
That is, a rolling an 11 with a 7th level craftsman that's like, got a plus 15.
Oh. Yeah.
That's making 500. That means it would take them 6 weeks to make a Masterwork component.
That is true.
Yeah. This is why I'm like, that
Wait.
doesn't feel correct. I don't know. I don't know what the Masterwork component is supposed to be.
Yeah, it took me like 4 or 5 months to complete Masterwork Chain Shirt Flame Forged Steel.
Yeah.
That was like 10,000 silver. I think that's a ridiculous system. That seems like absurd. But maybe it's not.
That's a
But
separate question.
Yes.
Would they have a magic weapon scroll I could buy? It's a level
Sure.
1 spell.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then I know where this dumb rogue like lives on the ship, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
There's gonna be a bladed scarf there for you. That's for you to have as a little gift. Since you seemed vaguely interested in the weird fighting style that Misty has.
Oh. Neat.
I don't know if you can use it. Well, you can
I don't
probably
either.
You can probably train to use it.
What?
I could probably teach you how to use it. I think those
What?
technically exist in Pathfinder.
Oh
Who
my
said
god. Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay.
I was looking up something. Someone calculated with a 10th level character making Masterwork adamantine full plate, it would take 7 years.
Yeah.
My god.
That
It's
is
like-
ridiculous.
Yes,
That makes no sense.
Crafting breaks down when you start adding.
I don't think the
Ooh,
Masterwork
and-
works. I have to say, like, I'm gonna say, like, I don't think it works.
I think when they're using a different metal, they're automatically counted as master.
Yes,
Like-
you don't add the Masterwork twice. 'cause
But
when
you
work
still go by the
something-
price of the metal, and it's
Yeah.
and adamantine is expensive.
It is because it's very rare.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't. I think that should just be the cost and not the.
I believe for an adamantine weapon, it's 3,000 plus weapon cost,
Yeah.
which is
But,
why
like-
it would have been all of my money.
But that's the thing is the crafting rules don't account for a lot of this, and I think the crafting rules are
No,
they're okay for cheap stuff,
They're a
but they're
little bit shit.
bad for everything else. Ugh. Jesus.
There, I have another spell. Yay
Yeah.
me.
So I'm just gonna say, don't worry about it. God.
yeah, just assume it gets done in the month.
Yeah.
Or you just talk to your wizard.
No,
Okay.
I don't know. You have that spell.
Yeah.
And you don't talk much about what you have.
Yeah.
And
No,
besides,
nobody knows you have this spell.
also might not know
I
that
don't
spell
read your,
exists.
I don't read your
Honestly,
spell book. Literally, my character exists to kill mages. That's my character. I don't know what spells mages have. I just know when I shoot them, they hurt more. Because I know where to shoot them.
They hurt more.
They do. Specifically, they can't concentrate on spells as easily.
Fair. Fair and true.
Pirates don't like mages, apparently.
Yar.
This is true.
Those back when we were fighting the ghost ship, those things that came on that I literally couldn't touch. What were those again?
Those are ghosts.
Shadows.
Shadows.
Shadows specifically, yeah.
They're shadows.
There's some sort of incorporeal undead.
Okay, that they're incorporeal undead. Cool.
You want a ghost touch weapon if you want to hit them.
Momo,
A magic weapon does the same, but it has a 50-50 chance of doing damage, rather than
Well,
a 0.
I am not spending that much on that yet. Momo, are you done with yours?
I am.
Okay. I'm going to buy Weapon Blanche.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Weapon blanches are very good. Well, depends on what you put them on.
Exactly, they're pretty much only useful on
On
ammunition.
ranged weapons.
Which is the thing. I'm going to buy a single Ghost Salt Weapon Blanche
Ah.
for 200 gold pieces. It is expensive.
But if you fight ghost ships, you'll be ready for them.
Yeah, I will
all
at
the
least.
ghost ships in the shackles.
I will at least. be
There
able
are
to shoot-
surprisingly a bunch.
Yes, there are.
I will at least have 10 arrows I can shoot at them,
Yes.
which isn't a ton, but it's something.
Yeah. I mean, something is sometimes what you have to take.
And
Yes, I'll definitely skip out the awkward time that you and Misty had meeting your parents. They're all very nice ladies.
Misty was probably very much enjoying watching Quentin be embarrassed.
I'm guessing, like, one of them that probably was one of the ones that raised you is now, like, probably the one in charge of the place. You know, kind of moved up in the world once the older
The high
one...
priest, you know?
The high priest. Once the former high priest retired, you know, got much older. Probably because it was probably really old when Quentin showed up there, you know, and all.
has been 19 years.
Mm-hmm. Probably some of them have also like retired and are being looked after by the new younger ones and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
And he's squirming the entire time.
It's a weird religion, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It is a perfectly valid religion. Thank you very much. We look after each other and also make others feel good at the same time.
I'll stick with Desmara and
Can we?
Desna.
I want to combine the words religion and sex. Would that to be like sexigen or something, or religx?
Just don't. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's stop and say we did.
Cease.
I tried. I briefly tried. It didn't work.
You gave it an attempt.
Panthers, remember the great quote from Jurassic Park?
I do remember that quote, but that doesn't mean I won't try, damn it. I deny that, god damn it. I want my dinosaurs!
Not if you should.
I want my dinosaurs! I want my weird hybrid
You
word
have to-
between
you
these
have to
things.
Think about the moral quandaries.
Fuck that, man. I want weird compound word
have to watch
between
several
sex and
Mad
religion
people.
that can be used in vernacular. Take that, humanity. Anyway, now that I'm done spiting humanity.
That's fair. I do that every morning when I wake up.
Anybody doing anything else? I'll do a quick round. We'll go to Nat. Anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. Misty, anything else?
I think I'm good.
Revia, anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Quentin, anything else?
Somebody remind me, how much does a magic weapon cost?
Magic weapon?
lot.
It's like 1,000 or something.
It
2,000.
depends on
2,000? Yeah, never mind. Fuck that.
2,000 base, because you can add other things to it which make it more expensive.
Yeah, fuck that.
Magic weapons are unfortunately expensive.
You know what? One quick thing. We're here for a month, right?
We're here for a month.
I'm gonna spend at least like half of it. Like hang out with my family, update them on everything that happened, and I'm also gonna spend like half the month hanging out at the temple and working with them.
Okay.
I don't know what I would make from that. Do you want to just do it as the dance ones?
I'm going to assume probably if you're working at the temple, you're earning less money for yourself and more money for them.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So we can just cinematically say that you spent a lot of time with them and helped out and showed off your new skills and, got reacquainted after some time away from them, There were some doubts about you being a pirate now, but you still have your heart of gold deep within you. Always keep.
Yeah.
As I recall the moment Quentin jumped into the water from the dock, charging off to attack the Naga. Heart of gold.
Oh, that never happened again. Never happened again. You know what? Screw it. I'll pick up a second Masterwork Kukri.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
You can hit
Always
it.
good to have backups.
I'm gonna say that one you probably can find, honestly. It's a more unusual weapon, but it is one that you can find in Masterwork.
Sweet.
Metropolis. You can find a lot of weird stuff. Honestly, like, I was thinking about it, and I don't want to move on to Mancatcher Cove sans a Yaalkol, because I'm going to tell you, like, there's very high chances that you very early on will encounter the Beast of Mancatcher Cove, which you specifically know exists.
Yeah, what is that?
You don't know
Do we
what
know
it
what it
is. No.
Does a dwarf know?
What's the myth on this?
The myth is that it was a creature that was on board the ship that was raided by I can't remember his name. I'd have to look it up. The pirate captain whose treasure you're looking for, and that he unleashed it on the island after they left, basically.
Something like a flesh golem. I'm gonna kick myself for not buying the adamantine weapon.
He would not have control over a flesh golem. I'm going to say to let it out like that. No, it's very very creature.
Send me that really weird flesh golem that had like a bunch of imps tied to it.
No, they only do that once, and that's in Carrying Crown because they hate you.
It's true. Carrying Crown does hate you.
It really, it switches between it's okay with you and then it really hates you.
No, it's just like.
I mean, they
it's okay with you in the
They
first
do put a love seat full of ticks in there.
They do, yeah. That's a thing. Also, coffin mimics.
And coffin mimics that have like 6 levels of rogue, so they sneak attack you for 3d6 upon also mimicking you. Yeah, there were pleasant things in look, like the coffin mimics are pretty awful, but the love seat filled with ticks was one thing too. I mean, that was like if anybody sits down and it covered in ticks.
I'm gonna read Carrying Crown and start putting these things in the games I run.
No.
No.
Momo,
I'm gonna die.
I will jump the frickin' border, come down there, and do something. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
I mean, honestly,
That's
like the love seat full of ticks, I didn't actually mind it in like statistically. It was hilarious. Is what it was. Even the coffin mimics, they're just kind of hilarious. It's like, wow, it makes sense, but it's also kind of mean. It's that kind of thing. They hit a lot of that in Pathfinder. It makes sense, but it's kind of mean.
I kind of appreciate it sometimes.
Mm-hmm. They do it in other ones. They do freaking in that intro adventure to Curse of Strahd, Door Mimic.
Yeah, I love the Door Mimic. It's my favorite enemy. It's killed me before.
Door mimics? Alright, listen. If you wanna read true, alright, have a door mimic and prepare it for when I listen to a door in the Underdark game. Because it'll just eat my head.
Bold of you to assume I don't have a Door Mimic ready for that.
I once did in a game Suit of Armor Mimic, where they're like, oh, there's a dead body covered in full plate armor. Let's go check that out. That looks like some nice armor we can take. Oops. Mimic.
I'm saving all the mimics for when I run the Dark Souls tabletop RPG.
But anyway, I think I want to, and it's a little early, but I think I want to end it here. Just because we've kind of taken care of everything in town. It was a little bit of a role-playing adventure where everybody kind of like got some chances to stretch their wings, bond with each other. And also, Quentin, I will note to you, you will probably know that Nat is having a magic item construction shop added in. If you want to look into having Nat make you a +1 weapon, if Nat, I don't know if Nat can do weapons yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, but eventually.
Next level.
Okay. So soon, weapons. And then, you guys are what level right now?
We're like level, I don't know.
We're still 5.
You are still 5. Then let me just check something here. If this PDF would go quickly to the proper location. And
No,
not...
PDFs are slow.
They are! I just want to go to this page and have it quickly go to this page and like tell me this information that is on this page. Like when you're supposed to level. Because I'm pretty sure I want you to level up to...
After, I think,
I think it's after.
Stove.
I don't remember what
by the time they are ready to brave the dangers of Mancatcher Coves and face what is there, you must be 6th level. They should be 6th level. So hey,
Or level 5.
get your 6th level. You're getting it.
I gotta look
Hey,
at
guess
feet.
what? I can probably sort of craft you a sword now.
Yeah. And at the end of the adventure, it'd be 7th level. You're supposed to be. So by the time we're done, Mancatcher Cove, and the dangers of that location, trying to find a treasure, you'll be 7th level. So.
How do I get it level? What do I get it this level?
So, we can worry about that off stream. We got to cover all this stuff. We got some interesting things in. Ship's better. It was actually very productive at Port Peril, I feel, even though we had lots of ups and downs in the way this went apart. But yeah, so we don't have an Erik to shout stuff out. So, Lightning, do you have anything? We have to like kind of skip ahead.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just here.
Momo, anything?
Who?
You.
Oh, me. Yeah, I'm here. Hi, you can catch me here on Thursdays at 9 p.m. for Children of Wrath, where I play a himbo that's getting increasingly hotter.
What? I believe it.
He unlocked like the entire thing was like his character got exposed to like
TLDR, I have a second bloodline, and I'm no longer look like I'm 63 years old.
Yep.
I'm getting hotter every day.
Yep. It's like kind of exposed to like ultra powerful demigod powers, like directing impacting into it. As you were
as an elf wife to have 10 more half-elf children.
Yes.
I'm not questioning this.
So.
Twitch.tv/Delric on Monday nights at 9 p.m. EST. I play in Warmonger. It's a kingdom building game with mass combat. It's like the spreadsheet stuff we did the ship that no one heard.
No one did hear it.
I'm sure I heard it, and I mentioned stuff on things totally. Just gonna slink over here for a moment. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, at level 7, I get level 3 spells.
Almost there. Umber, anything to shout out?
No.
Okay. Sometimes people do. You never know when something happens, and it's added in. I will be playing Pathfinder Kingmaker tomorrow because theoretically I will be getting sleep and actually being able to function on trying to build a kingdom because I've reached that part. And I'm going to listen to Lightning's advice to look up some basic things of what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to do them because it can screw you over very early. Like there's so many just traps built into that game as I've seen. I'm like, wow, they just set up 10 traps for you really early on. I'm like, yeah, you do these things and you get screwed. Wow.
I don't know. Maybe I feel like I've had a weird experience. I played the game and I had 0 problems the whole way through.
Well, it sounds like some of the problems are you can correct and things like that, but there's other ones that are that are you could have just gotten lucky too, or some of them could have just minor for you. You never know for the situation.
Well, or I'm just a natural min-maxer, so I prepped everything.
True.
That could happen too. So I'll be doing that tomorrow, and Children of Wrath, as Momo mentioned, tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. And then should be more Pathfinder on Friday. Discussing Tabletop is actually not going to be on this Saturday. I have to remember that I'm canceling it out this Saturday because I'm going to be doing something on Saturday. I didn't put it on my schedule because I forgot to. I was thinking that maybe I could still do it, but I decided that this is going to be busy like a good chunk of the morning and stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to want to do the show after I'm going to be tired or something for being busy. It's best just to skip a week and not like stress myself out, honestly, which is smart. So, unfortunate not this week for discussing tabletop. And then more scheduling will be up on by Sunday at some point, Sunday-ish. So, hopefully you can join us next week. We should have Erik back to Yaalkol us. We can find out if Yaalkol did anything in Port Peril. And remember, you take the average, so it'll be 5,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, well, 6 because of con bonus, but it's just so sad. It's just so sad.
I pushed my hit point button and it gave me an error.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well,
mine
you
was doing
have
that for a long time too, and then it started working. I don't know why.
I'll just roll this.
Because of
D8
me.
then.
It appears as if none of you can roll more.
Alright.
What is this?
No, so all of you are getting average half plus 1 hit dice.
Yeah.
Points.
I-
This level?
I think I have minimum hit points for my character.
Yeah, 42 HP.
I
Same.
think I had one level where I got bonus, and all the rest have been average.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I rolled above average with this character for HP.
Oh, we're at the same HP, so I haven't either.
Anyway. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.
Farewell.
Bye.